want to talk to you about the minor major 7 chord quality. I'm going to show you some 2-5-1 examples where we use it on both minor chords but also on dominant 7 chords. And after that, I'm going to show you an etude I wrote on the harmony from the last few bars of Stella By Starlight. We can use that etude to practice and really solidify these voicings and these concepts. If we look at the drop 2 inversions of the lower 4 string sets here, we have this for C minor major 7. With the 7th on top, if we split it up 2 notes at a time, we have this. Next one, next one, next one. So this is the 5th on top, this is the 3rd, this is the root, this is the 7th. Let's put it in a 2-5-1 context. So D minor 7 flat 5, G7, C minor major 7. If we go through the next inversion and play the same thing, we have next one, and the last one. Or it could actually be but we can also use a minor major 7 chord instead of the dominant chord. So instead of that G7, we can play the A flat minor major 7 chord half step above from the dominant chord to get some interesting colors. So this is our G7. If we play an A flat minor major 7, we have the A flat, which is the flat 9, we have the E flat, which is the flat 13, the G, which is the root, and the B, which is the major 3rd. So in this 2-5 context, we can just replace that G7 with the A flat minor major 7 and see what it sounds like. So we do it maybe this place. What's that one? I mean, that's just beautiful. That instead of, I mean, it's basically that, but listen to this. Beautiful melody. Sorry. So if we look at the last few bars of Stella By Starlight, we have this series of descending minor 2-5s, which start on E minor 7 flat 5 to A7, D minor 7 flat 5 to G7, and C minor 7 flat 5 to F7. And on the guitar, that's visually really simple, because anything we do here for that first 2-5, we can just repeat like 2 steps below. That's cool. But if we look at these 2+2 split inversions, the ones that I find really interesting are the ones that start with a root on top and the one that starts with a 5th on top. So for E minor 7 flat 5, this is a much more unusual sound if you play it with a root on top like this, and maybe add a cluster there like that. So and then we need an A7, so let's Let's check out this one with the fifth. Maybe do some flat 9 movement. So that's nice, and then we can just repeat that in whole steps. So E minor 7 flat 5, da dee, da dee, da dee, da dee, da, da da da. Sorry, I'm a bit bad at singing while I'm playing, but without the singing, it's this. That's a nice alternative to this. But let's try do this same thing again, but instead of this A7, let's play that B flat minor major 7 instead. So the nearest inversion could be this one with the fifth on top. And now we start getting this is quite unusual sound for this simple progression. So it would be like this. And with the melody da dee da dee da da bam ba da dee da dee da da. That's nice. Let's do the same thing with this inversion with the fifth on top. So for E minor 7 flat 5, it's this one. And then find an A7. And then repeat that in whole steps. We get also a nice sound. We get this one. But again, let's try and replace this dominant chord with the minor major 7 chord half step above. So after this one, we need we have two options here. We could do this. I like that. We could also do it going down to that one. So. Nice. We can also play around with something that's a little bit more difficult, and that's to not actually just move it down in descending whole steps. Well, the harmonic progression is the same, but we use inversions that so we can move in the other direction. This might take some more practice and some more computational power, right? But the sound can be quite interesting. So let's see if I can sing this and improvise something in the other direction. So da dee ba bi da dee ba dee da dee ba dee da da. Okay, it's hard with the singing. Let's try it without the singing. So I used this one and then I went for a B flat minor major 7, but it's like over A. So cool. Let's just start at a different place. Let's start here where most people start. there you have it. Hope you have fun with this minor major 7 chord quality. Do practice it on different tunes and different progressions. Head over to the Patreon channel if you want a PDF with notation and tabs for the 2/5 examples and for the Etude on Stella by Starlight. Alright, see you in the next one.